Welcome to Tuesday Update. I'm so pleased that we were able this past weekend to do the blessing for those who are sick and the blessing for the caregivers. You know, we had an awful lot of little hearts on those trees here in our sanctuary. It just shows really the number of people at any given time who are sick amongst us and friends and families of ours. And so I hope that blessing brought some peace and comfort to those who are sick and those who are our caregivers. And we always are going to be remembering the sick and the caregivers in our prayers here at St. Pius. You know, Linda Green and myself, Linda's in our pastoral care office, we are always happy to connect with those of you who are at home and who are ill, just to kind of catch up a little bit and also to do a little individual blessing. And so don't be afraid to give us a call. We can either call you or we can Zoom with you to do a little blessing. So always call on us if we can help you if you're at home and you're ill. Well, you can see behind me we have got our sanctuary ready to go for Ash Wednesday. Hard to believe Lent's here already. And this year we're going to do the Can You Challenge. The Can You Challenge. And those of you who were here this past weekend or saw us on the live stream, we have a little paint can that our staff has filled with all sorts of things that are going to kind of guide us through Lent. It's very, very unique. I think you're going to like it. We did run out of cans, so we're not going to have any extras to give out. We thought if we had extra cans, we could give those out on Tuesday afternoon, but we're not going to be able to do that. But all the information that's in those cans is going to be on the website starting on Ash Wednesday. So you're going to be able to follow along every day in Lent with that little activity. And let me just kind of give you a feel for what's involved in this Can Do Lent. So on Mondays, Deacon Marty will be here and he's going to do a video for you, a live stream, and he's going to take a different saint each week and talk about them. On Tuesdays, we're referring to that as Talk Tuesdays, and we're going to try and live out the corporal works of mercy. Wednesdays we're referring to as Worship Wednesday. We're going to have virtual adoration of the Blessed Sacrament with Lauren, our youth minister. On Thursday, we're calling that Token Thursday. We're going to try and learn the meaning behind some symbols and some scripture that go with it that have something to do with Lent. And then on Fridays, that's Fridays with Filati. So what we'll do is we'll have our school kids down here. They're going to do the Stations of the Cross, and you're going to be able to watch those stations from home. And then when we finish, Tom Filati, our seminarian, he is going to give just a little 8 to 10 minute reflection on a couple of the stations. And so we'll do that on Friday. And then Saturday is going to be referred to as Service Saturday. We're trying to collect some items for people who are transitioning into permanent housing and to give them a little bit of a boost. And so there's a little different item on each Saturday. We're going to try and fill a bag and help them out. So I hope you'll enjoy that. Of course, our Lenten breakfast will be coming up as well. That'll be that first Saturday in March for both the men and women. And I'll have more information for you on that next weekend. So let's talk about Ash Wednesday for just a minute. So we're going to have the 6:30. We'll be here in the church at 6:30 a.m. We'll be here at noon, and we'll be here at 6 p.m. We'll also have drive-through ashes where people stay in their cars and just come in front of the church. That's from 1 to 2 on Ash Wednesday. Remember, this year we're not going to do the smudge of ashes on the forehead to avoid the skin-to-skin contact. We're just going to take a few little grains of the ashes and sprinkle it on the tops of people's heads. Again, that is kind of an ancient thing our church has done, so it's not a goofy thing. It's very, very rooted in our tradition. But we're just going to and you don't have to go home and wash your hair. It's a very tiny amount of ashes. We would ask if you are tall, if you could kind of, if you're either in here or in your car, just kind of bend over a little bit so we can get to the top of your head. We won't, remember every year we would typically say, turn away from sin and be faithful to the gospel. But to avoid that talking in front of people, we won't say that. I'll say it one time here in the church right before we receive the ashes, but then it'll just be done in silence, the ashes on top of the head, okay? So for the 6:30 a.m. and the 6 p.m., that's going to be ashes distributed, but it's just going to be a service. It won't be a mass. The only mass will be 12 noon. there'll be a Mass with the distribution of ashes. So the 6:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. is ashes, but we'll do a service with it, not a Mass. If you're coming to the drive-through for the 1 to 2 o'clock on Ash Wednesday, we're going to bring you in through Upper Loudon Road, and we'll have somebody there, some sort of a traffic officer there will be kind of guide you down here to in front of the church, and then just roll down your windows. We'll have somebody on each side of the car. Again, just kind of get your head down. We'll just put those ashes on top of your head. You can roll your window back up and leave. Of course, for those in the cars as well as here in the church, we're going to ask you to wear those masks, have the contact tracing form. Remember, those are available on the website. You can just print them out and fill that out. If you forget it, we do have extras, but it helps us if you do have that form filled out for us. Things go along a little bit quicker. And of course, for the drive-through, you'll stay right in your car. You don't have to even get out. Let me see if there's anything else on that. No, that's our Ash Wednesday game plan. I think it's going to work well. Our chapel entrance is still closed, trying to keep that closed. Don't want any of that ice falls off that chapel roof. We don't want any injuries, obviously, so we're going to continue to keep that closed. You can always get into the church here through the main doors and also through the Stafford doors, but we'll keep that closed until we get past the snow season. I was able to relocate, remember our black drop box that used to be right outside the chapel? It is now in the front of the church here. It's on the outside, it's right on the wall. I know some of you like to come during the week to leave your envelopes and your gifts, and I'm very, very grateful for your continuation of support to us. Thank you. And we also have, if we can help, I know our business manager, Nancy, has mentioned that a lot of you have gone to online giving, and that's a huge help to us as well in terms of less handling of things. If you'd like to do that and are unsure how to do it, just give us a call. You can go to the website and it'll take you through, but if you're confused or something, give us a call. Nancy will take you through and show you how you can sign up for that online giving. Construction update. Last week, not much got done last week. My guess is that they wanted to waterproof the walls, but it was a little too cold to put that waterproofing on. And so not much got done last week. Need those temperatures to come up a bit. But what I'll do is for the Thursday Constant Contact, I'll take a little video, a little short, 30 to 60 second video of the construction so you can see at home if you don't get a chance to get out to kind of see what's going on, what's going to happen next. But I'll plan on doing that for the Constant Contacts on Thursday that you get at home. Remember, we're trying to pause at noon for prayer for unity in our country, in our communities, and in our families to say a very, very quick prayer at noon. Father Ferrano update. Remember, he had the surgery. He is in rehab now, and that's good. I did talk to him on Friday, and he's able to get around a little bit. Still hoping his appetite can come back to him, because he's weak. I just noticed when I speak to him, his voice is weaker than normal. And so he does ask us to keep him in continued prayers, and I assured him we'd do that. Our monthly food collection, our Sacred Heart food pantry that we support, that's going to be this weekend. You're always welcome to come during the week and bring those food items in. You can leave them in the main entrance of the church during the week, and we get them there on weekends, or if you're going to be here at Mass this weekend, you can just drop them off. We do have a second collection this weekend. It's for the Black, Native American, and Latin American missions. We do try to support them in their missionary efforts, so that'll be a collection we do this weekend. I know some of our Cupid volunteers dropped off to some of our homebound, chocolates, cards, and placemats for our seniors, and I'm very, very grateful to them. And they also got to one of the nursing homes, and the cards and the placemats were done by our students in the school. And the school kids have also been working on some service projects that they've been working on for Unity House to collect toiletries for Unity House. So I'm grateful to our teachers and our kids in the school who helped us out with that. We've been going through some of our parishioners asking, what does God's love mean to you? And so we asked one of our pre-Cana couples, George Hasnazar and Sarah Bolognino. We asked them, what does that mean to you? So George writes this: God's love is trusting in Him 100% on the good and bad days, as He has never left us since I was born. It also means that he is looking over me, even when I am not the best version of myself. And he's guiding me through life's experience and through other people that I meet on a daily basis. Most importantly, God's love means peace of mind when I go to sleep at night, and I have nothing to worry about because he's on my side. And Sarah says this: God's love feels like being unconditionally loved, being held, being seen as chosen and precious. The love feels like sunlight, hitting all of God's creation without bounds. At the same time, I feel supported, held, warmed, and loved by God. I feel freed by God's love, free to explore, free to become the best version of myself that God envisions for me. So, our little thought for this past weekend: contentment is not possessing everything, but giving thanks for everything we possess. Contentment is not possessing everything, but giving thanks for everything we possess. So I hope to see you this Ash Wednesday, either here or maybe come by our drive-through. We'll get Lent started, we'll kick it off, and we want to prepare ourselves for Easter, and we need Lent. I know I need Lent to get prepared for Easter. So we look forward to starting this journey together beginning on Wednesday. Have a good week. God bless.